name is Eric Norwood. One of the bigger misconceptions in our society is the belief that adoptions bring more benefit to younger children than their elder counterparts. While younger children may seem more helpless and needy for a good parental figure, older children, including teenagers, are no less in need of a loving and family home. The average age of a child waiting for permanent family in the U.S. foster care system is approximately 9 years of age. According to the federal government's Adoption and Foster Care Analysis and Reporting System, this average has consistently been increasing. Statistics on foster care adoption indicate that adoptions of older children remain far less common than adoptions of younger children. This country has tens of thousands of young adults between the ages of 18 and 21 being discharged to no one but themselves. Half the homeless population is made up of those foster care discharges. This is in spite of the fact that teenagers, as a general rule, are easier to care for, and the reward and gratification for caring for them comes back a lot sooner than accepting younger children for permanent placement. You have to remember, most teenagers in foster care has been disappointed by adults throughout their lives. Their birth parents were unable to provide for them adequately. Their foster parents couldn't give them the permanent family they needed. Caseworkers may have moved them from home to home, causing painful changes each time. In the end, these teens may feel they've been let down by every adult they've encountered. However, children and teens are highly resilient and can learn to trust again. And considering how many teens and preteens need homes, the process to adopt is relatively straightforward and tends to progress faster than infant or toddler adoptions. There are several pros to adopting an older child. Adopting an older child will usually be quicker than adopting a baby. There are many older children that need homes, and so it is often easier to find an older child to adopt. Because there are so many older children that are in need of adopting, you know that you have helped a child without a permanent home or family have both a home and a family. By adopting an older child, you can be in a position where you will have been able to discover what an older child's special needs are. Think back to your own teenage years and remember how badly you needed love and guidance as you navigated the transition into adulthood. As an adopted parent to a teen, you will become a mentor, a cheerleader, a teacher, and a friend. By providing the strong foundation of a permanent family, you give a teenager the security and confidence to make the good decisions that lead to a successful future. There are also some cons to adopting an older child. When it comes to adopting an older child, you will miss the opportunity to have some bonding time that comes along in the first few months of a child's life. In addition, you will miss the chance to grow into parenting the same way with an older child. This goes along with most parents saying they don't want to miss all the firsts in a child's life, hence wanting a younger child. Even if you're adopting a teen, you still get tons of firsts. You may miss the first word, but you get to hear the first word in Spanish. You may miss the first step, but you'll get to see the first step in high heels. You may miss the first haircut, but you'll be there for their first set of highlights. And the best reason to adopt teens, preteens, they're not typically morning people. No 4 a.m. feedings, no 6 a.m. diaper changes, and no 7 a.m. wake up to watch Barney mornings. Ultimately, though, you have to remember, it isn't about you. Ideally, yes, you have the child from birth, toddlerhood, throughout adulthood, raised in your home with your values and your memories, who will grow up to automatically cherish you because you are mom and dad. But in reality, there are just tons of teens who are facing tomorrow knowing they are completely alone, desperately latching onto anyone that will pause enough for them to know, or rejecting everyone thinking they can do it alone. Imagine going to college without someone to call home on the weekend. Imagine falling in love without a mother's shoulder to cry on. A trip down the aisle to the wedding march without a dad to escort you. You get the picture. It isn't about us. It's about making sure that every child has a family. you end up realizing, I'm not perfect. How can I expect a perfect child?